today's live stream. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. And we are going to have a great class. So, welcome everyone. How are you doing? That's the most important question. How are you doing? And let's see who is in the chat. Who is in the chat, everyone? All right. So, if you are watching this, wherever you are, say hello, introduce yourself. All right. We have an amazing community and we have people from like 20 different countries in our community. So you're always welcome to join. Right. So I will send you that information right now in just 1 second. But we are going to wait for everyone to get here. Oh, JJ is here. Welcome. Welcome. How are you doing? Are you off today? Because you said in the WhatsApp group that you were at work. And so we need to make sure that you are doing well. All right, fantastic. So, all right, guys, introduce yourself, say hello, and we have Untitled. So what's your real name, Untitled? All right, Irena, welcome. So if you don't know me, my name is David Alexander Cantu. I'm your favorite teacher. I'm always here for you, always here to help you, always here to give you the best results. Right? And Joka from Instagram is joining us. Welcome, Joka. Welcome, Joka. So let's say hello to all our friends on different platforms. We're going to go say hi to them wherever they are. And then we will start our lesson. And our lesson today is going to be all about the best summer diet for you guys, right? The best summer diet always. So let's say hi to everyone. Ooh. All right, so let's visit all our friends on different platforms. How about that? Lil is here. Welcome. Irena, welcome. How are you guys doing? All right, so let's visit YouTube right here. So this is YouTube right here. Let's visit Facebook. We're live on Facebook right here. If you're on Facebook, then you are seeing yourself on Facebook. All right, so that's it. That's good. And let's check in on everyone, on Instagram right here. Magdalena is on Facebook, as well as Joka. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? All right, so let's continue. Right, so everyone, we have our WhatsApp community where everyone, absolutely everyone, is welcome. You're always welcome to join our WhatsApp community. It's free, right? And there you get exclusive content, right? So this is a public live stream. It's on different platforms. The goal is to get it on 30 different platforms at the same time. Imagine that. I can be in 30 different places at the same time. But it's not easy to manage. So hopefully I'll be able to manage that. But the WhatsApp group, that's the place. That's where everything happens, all the updates, the challenges, the games, right? The activities, we have different activities there. That's where it happens. That's where the magic happens. So join. Don't be scared. Join there. We got amazing people, an amazing community. Everyone helps everyone. And it's great. It's great. So join the WhatsApp community so you can get the best results. All right. So, all right. Look at this right here. So the first thing, when we're talking about a summer diet, right? A summer eating habits. For me, my summer eating habits are different from my winter eating habits. But I want to know about you. So I'm going to create a poll. Do you eat differently in the summer? Yes or no? Basically, do you have a different diet in the summer? Right? Do you follow a different eating plan? Do you eat differently? Do you have a different diet? Okay. Do you follow a different diet in the summer? Yes or no? All right. So open the poll. One of the good things about joining the WhatsApp group is that the you get the link to the main chat. You get the link to the main chat so that you can answer these polls. Right? So Fina, Alena, Ivana, welcome. Guta, welcome, Guta. Where are you guys from? Tell me in the chat where you're from. Right. So the reason why I created this lesson is because I have a different diet in the summer. I eat differently. In the winter, I'll have my potatoes, heavy on the carbs. That's when I go to the gym. I max out. I'm not too worried about, and I need to stay warm too because I live in Europe. But in the summer, I change it up a little bit, and I'm going to tell you how I do that. Right? Remember, I'm not a doctor. If you want a doctor, we got plenty of doctors in the WhatsApp group. They can answer all your questions. Right? Maria, she's a professional. Right? We have Micah also. Right? He's a great doctor. Well, they're all health professionals, so they can help you. I'm just sharing, what I've learned from nutritionists, from coaches, from the internet. But I want you to tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Oh, so Jessica says that she saw my video on Instagram, where I talk about how languages change your kind of personality. Right? It is true. It's a very interesting thing, right? Because even though I'm the same person, right, different languages have different energies. Right? So you have to, that's what I teach. You got to connect with the energy of the language. Right? So the English energy is very different from the Spanish energy. And that's very different from the French energy. Right? So you adapt. Right? You're still the same person. Right? Overall, your personality stays, kind of the same, right? But there are a few adjustments. You do change a little bit, and that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. So some people eat the same in the summer. Some people follow a different diet in the summer than in the winter. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Right. So let's talk about sugar. Right. Sugar. I know it's tasty, guys, but it's a poison, right? It's a poison. Now, there's different kinds of sugar. That's what I learned. So a lot of people say, "Oh, all sugar is bad." Well, there's fructose, there's glucose, there's different kinds of sugars. There's a lot of different kinds of sugars. Now, there is the sugar that you can see here, right? Is it fake sugar? Is it processed sugar? Right? Is it industrial sugar? Right? Or is it factory sugar? Right? This is the type of sugar. It's the now only one of these options is correct, guys. So if you're on Instagram, you can't see everything, but I have a poll, and you can check it out. All right. So processed sugar, right? Very nice, everyone. Everyone got it right. So one of the main things, right, that we need to consider is how much processed sugar we are consuming. Now, in the winter, you can hide it. Right? In the summer, you got to go to the beach. Right? So, what happens when you go to the beach? Right? So, here, right? When you want to consume less processed sugars, I'm going to teach you a very nice phrasal verb here. Do you say step down on sugars, cut down on sugars, make down on sugars, or get down on processed sugars? Right, so we want to consume less of them, right, especially in summer, right? But, you know, all the time, if that's possible, definitely all the time. Right, so let's check the chat. So some people don't want me to show too many sweets because then that's a temptation. Ooh, that's a good word, right? That's very, very good. A lot of fresh food. That's good, Irene. You need to be eating a lot of fresh food. Right. All right. Amazing. Let's check in on the different chats. Ooh, Mama Dylan, Joka. Cut down on. Very good, Joka. Good point. Make sure you answer correctly and you'll get a lot of points. I see Mama Dylan. Ooh, I see Mondly Languages. Oh, nice. Welcome, guys. Erineo is here. Fina, Elena. Nice. So tell me in the chat where you are. Where you are right now. Where are you watching me from? So fantastic. Cut down on. So we need to cut down on processed sugar. That's very important. Cut down on that. Now, here's something that happens, right, when our belly, our stomach, blows up like a balloon, right? What do you have? So she feels what? She feels ballooned. She feels bloated. She feels boated, or she feels blown. All right, which one is it? Which one is it, guys? All right, so one of these adjectives describes. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean fat, right? So it doesn't mean fat. It just means like your stomach is, it's full of like air. It's full of air. You could say that, I guess, or it just feels like it's bigger than usual, right? So like a balloon, right? Is it do you when you eat a lot of processed sugars, a lot of this processed food in general, there is that tendency to feel ballooned, to feel bloated, to feel boated, or to feel blown. All right, what is it? What is it? Ballooned. Well, it can feel, it can feel like a balloon. That's true. You're not completely wrong when it comes to that. Oh, by the way, sorry about that. My mic isn't working the way it's supposed to be. All right. Is the sound better right now? Is the sound better? Right. So let me know in the chat if the sound is better. All right. So I'm multi-streaming. So I'm on a lot of different platforms right now. And so yeah, let me know if the sound is better right now that I turned on my mic. Right, so it is bloated, guys, bloated. Right. So my question to you, is how often do you feel bloated? All right. So remember, if you don't, if you're in the private chat, you can answer the poll questions, and I won't know. I won't know who you are, what you voted. So it's completely anonymous. Now, if you write your answer in the chat, then yeah. But how often do you feel bloated? Let's say every day. Some people, once a week. Let's say a few times a month, or a few times a month, or never, or let's put almost never, because I think everyone has felt bloated at least once in their lifetimes. How often do you feel bloated? Right. So fantastic. Let's check in on everyone. The sound was good all the time, really. Is it better right now? Is it? Did you hear the difference? So, question for the chat: did you hear the difference with the sound quality? Yeah, exactly. Great points. Great points, Jessica. Yes. So not blooded, but bloated. You can't digest properly if you don't consume enough fiber, then it is a common occurrence. It is a very, very common occurrence. All right, so let's see. Is everything working properly everywhere? It looks like it. It looks like everything's working properly everywhere. All right, so wow, 50% said almost never. That means you have some good eating habits. So congratulations if that's you. So here, we love our conditionals. This is a conditional for you. Now, I'm going to give you a few options. If you will cut down on processed sugar during the summer, you will feel more energized and less bloated. If you cut down on processed sugar during the summer, you will feel more energized. If you had cut down on processed sugar during the summer, you might feel less bloated. Or if you, if you have cut down on processed sugar, you would feel. All right, so here, which one is it? If it's too complicated, don't worry. I will tell you the answer in just 1 second. But we want to let people guess. It's not, it's not enough to hear the right answer. You got to think. You got to see, all right, which option is the right option? Which option is the right option? All right. So Enrico Dons is here. Aida Noor, welcome to everyone on Instagram. Welcome to today's presentation. All right, so everyone on Instagram, is the video quality and the sound quality good? Right, is everything good right now? Here. All right, so here, the correct answer is B. If you cut down on processed sugar during the summer, you will feel more energized and less bloated. All right, so guys, this is the first conditional, right? It's something and then a consequence. So if you cut down, that's if plus present, if you cut down on processed sugars, then, right, so the consequence is that you will feel, because it's one thing happens after another, right? You will feel better. Right? So remember, there are different conditionals. There's zero conditional, first conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. This is the first conditional. If plus present plus will plus infinitive, right? You will feel, if you cut down on processed sugar, you will feel much better. All right, so let's see if our students in the chat, let's see if, can you write, this is your challenge, write a sentence related to dieting, related to food, with the first conditional. And we will send it to the whiteboard. We will send it to the whiteboard and I will correct it. All right, that's important, guys. That's important. So let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. First conditional, if plus present plus will. If plus present plus will. So let's go right here to our whiteboard and we will paste your answers here. So if you drink a lot of water, you will feel great. That's a good sentence. That's a great sentence, as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, that is a great sentence. All right, so let's see. Hopefully everyone can see it. Right, so see if you can write a sentence. So here we have several key things. So if you drink, this is the present, right? So here, oh, where is it? Okay, here. All right, so drink. Now, if you drink, so if means it's the conditional. Present, very nice. You will feel great. Fantastic. All right, so here we have a few more coming in, a few more examples coming in. So let's take a look. So this is Lil's sentence right here. So, all right, let's format it so that so you can see it. All right, so hopefully you guys can see this sentence. If you eat too much ice cream, you will have a higher blood sugar and you might need to take some insulin. Ooh, okay. Okay, I like this. This is a good sentence. This is a good sentence. So it's a double. So if you eat, very nice. That is the present. So it's if, so it's conditional plus present. And then you have will. You will have a higher blood sugar. And you might. So it's another modal verb here. So that's good. That is good. Jessica, if you cut down on, so not cut down sugar, but cut down on sugar. So let's go back here. Let's go back to the whiteboard. So here, if you cut down on sugar, so hopefully everyone can see this. If you cut down on sugar and processed food in the morning, you'll feel more energetic. That is so true. That is so true. All right, another first conditional sentence from our students here. So let's see, let's change the color here. Let's make it interesting. So we're gonna do pink, why not? If I get up early, I will not late. Well, maybe not be late. I will not be late to work, right? I won't be late. Fantastic, guys. All right. Great, great sentences there, right? Great. So let's continue here. So, summer superfoods. This is your list. Later, I'm going to talk to you in detail about some of these, but these are the main superfoods, right? They're called superfoods because they're, as the name indicates, super. They're amazing, right? So watermelon. This one is a great, great superfood. I like it before I exercise. It has, when you eat it, you get a lot of, what is it called? Citrulline. And citrulline basically helps the blood flow. You get some nitric oxide. So it gives you a lot of energy, very good hydration, very good for the blood circulation. So watermelon with salt, and I like the Mexican chilies, Mexican powdered chili, very nice. Coconut water, ooh, that one's good. Mangoes, sweet lime or lemon, a lot of lemon. Put lemon on everything. Basically, that's the hack. Right, cucumbers, right, yogurt. You got to get those. Got to get those probiotics. Right, corn. I don't eat a lot of corn or buttermilk, but that's what it says. Right, that's what it says. So, which ones of these do you consume? Right, which of these superfoods do you like to eat in the summer? All right. Fantastic. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing over here? All right, guys. So let's continue. All right, look at this. Look at this lady. She's so happy. She is so happy. So, when you say, let's say, when a lot of people start eating watermelon. Now, I notice I go to the grocery store every single day and I see everyone buying watermelon. So you could say um, another word for choose. Right? Is it turn on, turn for, turn to, or turn in? Right? So for example, let's say a lot of people are starting or are just starting to eat, let's say, kimchi. Kimchi, that's another superfood that I love. Now, in the past, it wasn't very popular, but now people are turning on kimchi, turning for kimchi, turning to kimchi, or turning in kimchi, meaning they're choosing it, they're starting to eat it. All right, they are becoming involved, right? They're taken up. Last time we talked about this verb to take up. This is similar, but it's a little bit different, right? It's a little bit different. They start doing something. They choose it. They are turning to. They're turning to. People are turning to what food? So tell me, when you look at the trends, right? The dietary trends, what foods are people turning to? Right. Yes, right. So I've noticed this. Watermelon has always been popular, but I don't know if it's on social media. A lot of people are but a lot more people. I see a lot more people buying watermelon. I don't know why. Why it's been around forever, and it was always popular. It's been popular for a while, but I don't know. Maybe people are realizing how amazing it is. All right. So let's say we all have huge appetites. We want to eat, 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 and eat. But we need to kind of control it. Right? We need to control our appetite. Do we say curb the appetite? Curve the appetite? Swerve the appetite? Or nerve the appetite? All right, so which one is it? Which word means to kind of control it or to keep it manageable, right? To check it, to restrain it. Ooh, that's a good one. That's like a restriction, right? But it's not complete, right? You don't want to suppress your appetite. That would be too bad. That would be too bad. You just want to, you know, you just want to make sure make sure it's in check, right? You got to keep it in check. So a little bit of appetite is okay. You can have a little bit of fun, right? But you want to make sure that it doesn't get out of hand. That's when you start having problems, when it gets out of hand. So curb the appetite, curve the appetite, swerve the appetite, or nerve the appetite. The correct answer is curb. 40% got it right. If you got it right, you got a point. Right, make sure you keep track of your points. Everyone in the WhatsApp group, get your points. That's very important. Right. Zex loves cherries. Yes, I agree. Cherries are very, very nice. Very, very nice. So tell me in the chat, or let's talk to the Instagram guys. All right. So if you're on Instagram, what's your favorite summer fruit? All right. I need to know. I need to know. Some people like watermelon. Some people like cherries. Some people like mangoes. Right. A lot of different kinds of fruits. Apricots. Whatever you like. Which one is your favorite one? Right. And let's see what people have to say. Okay, same question for all the chats. The guys on YouTube, the guys on Facebook. All right. So amazing. Amazing, amazing. Let's see what people need to say. So you got now there's another word, a very you get when you are like this guy and you have a very powerful desire, right? Like an appetite or like a hunger, right? What is it? Is it a raving, right? Is it savoring? Mhm. Is it a craving, or is it licking? All right. So which one is it? Only one of these words. So it's a noun. It's like a very strong desire, a very strong appetite, a very when you're extremely hungry. Well, it's not really hungry. It's just, when you just, like, let's say, very common with sugar. Like in the middle of the morning, 10 o'clock, you see that donut and you need to have it. It's not that you're not dying of hunger. You had breakfast a few hours before. It's 10 o'clock, and 10 o'clock you're at work, and you just need a little kick, right? It's, is it a raving? Is it a savoring? Is it a craving? Or is it a licking? So this guy, he has a craving, right? So you can also use it as a verb, to crave, right? To crave. Or as a noun, a craving. A craving for chocolate. That's very common. That's very, very common. A craving for, if you're Mexican, or Mexican American, or then you probably crave, spicy or hot food, right? You just need it. You just feel like you need to, you know, to get that flavor, right? So that's a craving, right? So how often, what foods do you crave? What foods do you crave? Ooh, okay, okay. Well, a lot of people like watermelon. That's good. Pomegranate. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. So nice, craving. So here's a very nice sentence. So many people, and then we're going to choose the right tense. Many people turning, many people have been turning, many people have turned, many people had turned to seasonal fruits like watermelon and berries to stay hydrated and curb cravings. Right? So the main idea to consider here is that, number one, we need to stay hydrated. Very important. That is the first, that's the first point of order, is staying hydrated. And the second one, we got to curb our cravings. Well, how do you do that? How do you do that? Well, I'm going to give you a few tips in a little bit, but many people many people have been turning, many people have turned, or many people had turned to seasonal fruits like watermelon and berries to stay hydrated and curb cravings. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. I know what you're thinking, so, and the key word here is seasonal. Right? So I've been reading some very interesting books about this. And they say that, we need to be in harmony with the seasons, right? So seasonal. So if it's strawberry season, for example, right, in early summer, June, that's strawberry season. That means our bodies are more, receptive to strawberries, right? Because our bodies are, one, in harmony with the environment, right? So eating strawberries in the middle of winter, well, you're not in harmony because strawberries don't grow in the winter, at least not in Europe. In the northern hemisphere, right? So then there's like a disconnect, right? If you eat tropical fruits or fruits that are out of season, then there can be a little bit of you're not in harmony. There's a little bit of a disconnect. But when you eat seasonal food, then your your body's in harmony with the environment and with the season, right? So that can lead to better health, more energy. And so I've been reading a lot about that. That's very interesting. Very interesting. I hadn't considered it before because I was like, you know what? I want to have mangoes and papayas in January. Why not? But I discovered that it's better to be in harmony with the season, right? So have seasonal fruits and vegetables. All right, so let's see what people are saying about the grammar. So the best one is have been turning. They have been turning to seasonal fruits. Why? Because it started in the past and it continues into the present. It's regular action, right? Now you could say, no, people have turned. That's okay. It's okay, but it's we use the continuous form, so present perfect continuous, because they've been turning to seasonal fruits regularly in the last few years. It's not just one time, but consistently, people have been turning to, they've discovered the value and the benefits of eating seasonal fruits and vegetables, right? Like I was telling you, to be in harmony with the environment. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. So, of course, you go, when you were a kid, right? Everyone likes having chips, or if you're from the UK, crisps. Remember, it's different. UK chips, that's fries in America. But chips in the US, those are crisps in the UK. So here we're going to use American English, right? So chips, right? Potato chips. Would you say, I am used to snack on chips all the time, or I used to snack on chips all the time? A or B? Which one is it, guys? Choose wisely. Choose wisely. All right. So, comment, welcome. How's it going? How's it going to everyone here? All right. All right. So we have some. So who is Mr. Untitled? So we have a Mr. Untitled here. So does that mean you don't have a title, or does that mean you forgot to write your name? What does it? Who is it? All right. So, all righty. Ooh. So let's say hi to some people on Instagram. We have Like Food 13. That's a great name, especially for today's live stream, because we're talking about food. So Like Food 13. All right, dragon fruit. Joka loves dragon fruit. Ooh, well, that's a double like right there, because it's a cool name. That's so cool, right? Dragon fruit. When I was a kid, I loved the fruit, and I loved the name of the fruit. So Dante, welcome Dante. Ana Lucia, BP Sabina. Ooh, all right. A lot of nice people in the chat. A lot of nice people in the chat. So, all righty, guys. So here, 50-50. Ooh, we got to work on our grammar, guys. We got to work on our grammar. So here, we're talking about an action in the past. I used to snack. Not I am used to snack. Right, so this is the difference. If you're talking about the past, when I was a kid, so remember, the picture says I was a kid. So I used to snack on chips. I used to do it. I used to go to the park, to the playground. When I was a kid, I used to go to the playground every single day. I used to snack on chips all the time. Now, if it's something that you do right now, that you do regularly, you could say, I am used to snacking. I'm used to snacking. There's I am used to plus ing. I'm used to snacking. Meaning snacking is normal for me. I am used to it. But if you're talking about the past, like I am here with this, when I was a kid, I used to snack on chips all the time. All the time. But now I've what? Right. I've slashed them. I've slashed them. I've swamped them. Right. I've slapped them. Or I've swapped them. Right. Meaning, I've changed them, right? I've slashed them, I've swamped them, I've slapped them, or I've swapped them for fresh cucumber slices. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. I see. So Sonia is untitled. Okay. Well, you know, mm, just wanted to make sure. Just wanted to make sure. All right, so here we have a very nice sentence. All right, so I used to eat chips, right? Potato chips. I used to snack on chips at the beach. It was my favorite thing. I'd take a big bag of chips and just snack on them. But now I've swapped them. So to swap, what does to swap mean? It means to not change them, swap it. Take the chips, get rid of the chips. No more chips. Now, fresh cucumber slices with lemon, salt, lemon, and chili powder. Greatest, absolutely greatest summer snack. You don't get bloated, right? You stay light, you stay hydrated. It's very good for inflammation, right? So, cucumber slices, so simple yet so good, right? So simple yet so good, right? And you can add stuff to it. You can add different spices, right? Different. You can yogurt. Some people make these natural homemade dressings with yogurt, Greek yogurt, and so you can add some protein to it. Right? It's nice, right? Leafy greens, right? Leafy greens. So, question for you guys, right? What's your favorite? What's your favorite leafy green? Right? Is it spinach? Spinach. We have arugula. We have kale. Kale. Right. Or let's just say lettuce, right? Let's just keep it simple. Let's just keep it simple. Right? Lettuce. So what's your favorite leafy greens? Well, leafy greens are these vegetables. Right? So you put them in a salad. Right? As the name indicates, they're green. Right? But some of them have a little bit of kind of like a purple kind of, kind of like a color to them, like purple kale. Purple kale. It's kale, but it's purple. right? And then we have collards. We have romaine lettuce. That's true. We have different kinds of lettuce, spinach, right? So what do people like? What do people like? Most people, spinach wins. Most people like spinach. Okay, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So nutritionists, right? Real nutritionists, they recommend that you fill up on leafy greens and grilled vegetables rather than heavy carbs. Right? That's what they recommend. They say just load up, load up on leafy greens and grilled vegetables. Right? People have barbecues. People love to cook out in the summer, which is totally understandable, right? But instead of filling up on heavy carbs like potatoes, like rice, like pasta, all that, which is great. I love all of that. I love pasta, I love pizza, I love bread, I love everything. However, in the summer, I like to be very active. I like to be on top of my game. And carbs really, heavy carbs, they really slow me down. It's perfect for the winter when you want to just, have a big bowl of pasta and then chill out at home. But in the summer, when you want to go for runs, go for walks, enjoy the sunset outdoors, I'd rather have some meat with grilled vegetables. Yeah, you're right, JJ. Too many carbs can be detrimental to our health. Now, so this is what nutritionists recommend. So here, she, right, she, she has been, right, she has been, she had been, she have been, or she is been sticking to a clean eating plan before her vacation. And it really paid off. It really paid off. So here, you know, she had her vacation, let's say last week. So last week, she went on vacation. She went on vacation last week, but before she went on vacation, that's what we're talking about. Before before she went on vacation, I would say she had been sticking to a clean eating plan. That means when you stick to something, you keep it. I'm gonna stick to it. It means you don't give up. So you want to stick to your plan, stick to your diet, stick to your healthy habits. So she went on. She went to the beach last week. Before she went to the beach, so it's a double past before past. She has been sticking to a clean eating plan before her vacation. She had been sticking, she have been sticking, or she is been sticking to a clean eating plan before her vacation. She had been. Very good, guys. Right, she had been sticking to a clean eating plan. Right? Because that's before her vacation. All right, next one. If you if you drink up on water, if you make up on water, if you load up on water, or if you open up on water early in the day. That's another trick, right? Straight from the world's best nutritionists. If you consume a lot of water, right? If you drink up on water, if you make up on water, if you load up on water, or if you open up on water early in the day, you're less likely to overeat at night. So this is a preemptive strategy here because we want to avoid overeating later on in the day and at night. We don't want to be doing that, guys. So we want to prevent that from happening. How do you prevent overeating? Well, of course, there are tons and tons of strategies. But one strategy is to load up on water. You want to load up on water early in the day. In the morning, as soon as you wake up, load up on water. Then you'll have this feeling, you'll feel full. And then that will allow you to avoid overeating at night, or you'll be less likely to overeat at night. All right, so what is this right here? Okay, is this dairy? Do you call this dairy? Do you call these milky dairy products or milky products? Dairy products or milky products. All right, so you got cheese, yogurt, kefir, Greek yogurt. Right, you have all these products. They're good. I'm not saying they're not good. I'm not saying they're not good. They're very tasty. However, at least for my summer plan, it's not the best option for me. So in the chat, comment says meat is also important. It's true. It is true. Right. Yes, arugula is amazing. I love arugula. Broccoli too. Right. Broccoli is another great food. So dairy, so a lot of people 20% of the students right here said milky, but it's not milky. Right, so milk is a dairy product, you're right. And you do use milk, for cheese and for other, but the proper term is dairy. Now, that's not my problem, right? But a lot of people, some friends told me, I'm trying to cut out. So cut down means eat less. But my friend didn't say I want to cut down. My friend said I want to cut out. That means no dairy. I'm trying to cut out dairy for a while to see how it affects my skin in the heat. That's what my friend said. I'm trying to cut out dairy for a while, but not forever, to see how it affects my skin in the heat. So in the heat, we sweat, the pores open up, the pores could get clogged, right? So maybe for some people, it could be a good idea to cut out dairy just during the summer months, right? June, July, August, no dairy, right? Just to see if if your skin improves, right? So some people, that's only if you have issues. Right, next one, last one, guys. We're almost done. Plan ahead. Right? To plan ahead. That is a great strategy. Right? Because we need to plan ahead. Right? We can't just wait till last moment, because then if we don't plan ahead, well, we can we can make poor food choices. So here's the last sentence. I've noticed that when I plan ahead, I'm more likely to make better food choices throughout the day, right? So that's my observation. I've noticed it. I've noticed that when I plan ahead, when I say, okay, this is what I'm going to eat tomorrow. So I decide today what I'm going to eat tomorrow. I plan ahead. I've noticed that when I plan ahead, I'm more likely, means there's a higher, you know, yeah, more likely. Basically, there's a better chance, a higher chance of me, making better food choices. So I'm more likely to make better food choices throughout the day. So plan ahead, right? Decide today what you will eat tomorrow. And tomorrow, you'll decide what you'll eat the next day. Right? And like that, you can stick to your plans, just like I'm trying to stick to my plans. All right, guys. Great lesson. All right. Great lesson. Nice talking to you tonight. Of course, if you want to join my WhatsApp community, right, where you get this type of content every single day, we have games, challenges, quizzes. Also, you get exclusive content only for the WhatsApp community. Leave me a message just in the chat. Just let me know, or send me a DM, send me a direct message, so you can join the WhatsApp community. We have speaking groups where you can speak to me face to face online, right? But that's only available to the chosen ones. So if you are a chosen one, which I think you are, join my WhatsApp community. Right? I'll be very happy to meet you. You'll make a lot of friends there. It's a great place to be. All right, everyone. So thank you for your attention. Take care. Okay, Carmen, Sonia, Jessica, Lil, Zex. All right. All now. Everyone right here. Everyone on Instagram. Josh, Ozel, Bedis, Lecky, Atlas, Like Food, BP Sabina. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. And everyone on YouTube and on Facebook. All right, guys. As always, have a good night and bye bye.